Hey everyone, it's Kirsty. I'm starting a new reading vlog. It's Saturday the 4th of July. Tomorrow I'm going up to the Skye to stay with my parents and I'm really excited. So yeah, today I will be taking you through kind of my like packing and stuff. And I'll talk about like what I'm reading later on. Because yeah, I don't really like have an update from the last time I vlogged because the last time I vlogged was 5 minutes ago. I'm currently reading Boyfriend Material by Alexis Hall, Zenny by Rebecca Weatherspoon, and The Damned by Renee Adier. So I'll update those when I come to them. So yeah, I've got to pack later for tomorrow and sort out my house. I've done my living room. I just need to hoover. So all I really need to do is my kitchen, which is a mess. So yeah. But first, I have a K-pop concert that I bought a ticket for that's like a virtual online concert. So I'm really fucking excited. Ah! Yeah, I'm so excited! Hello, welcome to my car. I'm just about to leave to go up to my parents' house. So yeah, I'm listening to the audiobook of what's it called? Zenny by Rebecca Weatherspoon, which is narrated by a man, which is a bit weird for like a romance book. I don't think I've ever read a romance book that's narrated by a man that wasn't like romance. So yeah, it's a bit weird hearing hearing a man being like my slit and like his massive cock, and I'm like, okay. Anyway, yeah, so here we go with 6 hours driving. I won't film any clips driving because that's illegal, but I'll maybe film some clips when I take a stop in Fort William. So I'm halfway home. I've stopped in Fort William to get some food and etc. Have a toilet break. As you can tell, the weather is absolutely miserable, so I will not be filming any like nice scenes of the Highlands because you can't even fucking see them. Anyway, yeah, so far my journey's okay, not too busy, and yeah, very rainy though. Had some serious like rain showers at points where like I've had to put my like windscreen wipers up to 2, which is fast. So yeah, home soon. Can you believe this view out my parents' window? It's just mad. Yeah. Hello. Aren't you a pretty girl? Prettiest pretty girl. Oh. My baby. Hi, Barney. Are you a pretty baby? Hello, so I'm at my parents' house. I've got the dog, I've got the cat, I've got my parents. I'm buzzing. So thought I'd do a wee update on my reading. Sorry if it looks like I'm glaring. There's a massive window and I feel like I'm like directly staring into the sun. Anyway, so on my drive down I listened to most of Zenny by Rebecca Weatherspoon, which was good. I really enjoyed it. Really good romance novel. My only complaint really was that the narrator was like English and doing a Scottish accent, and whilst it wasn't the worst Scottish accent I've ever heard, it was a bit like not the best. And it felt like really awkward hearing like a middle-aged man saying stuff like slit and stuff like that. But what can you do? Apart from that, I really enjoyed it. I thought the romance was like so like steamy and wonderful, and yeah, big fan. And there was also pegging in it, which I love. And then last night I finished Boyfriend Material by Alexis Hall, which I loved. I love that book so much. When me and Kate started like reading it, we were like, is this gonna be like a rip-off kind of like Red Wine Raw Blue? But it's not at all. It's just like, it's so funny. It's just perfect. Like, it's that kind of those kind of rom-coms I love, like Richard Curtis style rom-coms, like Bridget Jones and stuff. It reminded me so much of that, and I was just like, I had such a good time with it. It was so fun. It was so sweet. It was just, I love it. I love the characters. I love everything about it. It was just so good. So yeah, and now I'm 200 pages into The Beautiful. Not The Beautiful, The Damned. I'm 200 pages into The Damned, and I'm enjoying it so far. It was a bit of a slow start, but things are beginning to like get into it now. Someone said on Twitter that it's a trilogy, and they were like, well, no, someone said on Twitter like they were looking forward to the book after this, and I thought it was a duology, so now I'm confused. I'll find out when I get to the end. Yeah, I'm really enjoying being back in this world. I love the setting so much. I think it's really interesting having like New Orleans in the late 1800s with vampires. I think that's really cool. And this is a lot more vampire-y than the last novel, so I'm enjoying that. I'm excited to see what happens in the next kind of 200 pages. I think it's just less than that actually. So yeah, I want to get to page 250, and then I'm going to stop and do some stuff on my laptop, like blogging and stuff, and then once I've done that, I'm going to try and come back to it. I wanted to get so far into it because I knew that once I got to, like, I knew that if I started going on my laptop before reading this, I would not be anywhere near the progress I've made today. So I'm having a good time. I went for a walk with the dog yesterday, and then today I've just been kind of laying about, and it's been good. Hello, it's glorious weather on Skye. I'm sitting out in front of the house having a good time. I'm like 30 pages away from finishing The Damned, but basically in this series of books there's been like some chapters where you don't know who the person is that the chapter belongs to. In the previous book you find out at the end of the book who that kind of unknown character is, but in this book it's not like there's a different person who also has unknown chapters. So I still don't know who it is. However, they've just kind of revealed what this person is doing, and I'm like, oh my god, holy shit. And I've only got 30 pages to go. There must be a sequel to this. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, I'm enjoying it. Kind of felt like it kind of got a bit muddled at points, but yeah, I'm enjoying it. I think this will probably be like a 4-star kind of thing. What I like is so they've got, when they went into the fairy courts, there like there's quite a few like Korean people in the fairy courts and stuff, which I found really good because like I've read all of Renee Ahdier's all her books at this point, and she's a Korean woman herself, but I don't feel like she hasn't put as much, like, I feel this is the first book she's had where she's actually kind of put like her Korean background and stuff into it. So it's been nice to see like kind of mythological Korean creatures. Like there's obviously been like dokkaebis and gumihos and stuff like that mentioned, because those are kind of your basic ones that everyone knows about really if you know anything about like Korean mythology. But then there's been some other ones that I've not heard of before, so I looked up and was like, oh, so it's interesting. Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Hello, are you a little baby? Hello, hello. Oh, little baby.
Hello, I realised I never filmed like an update yesterday. So I finished The Damned and I enjoyed it. Good ending. I think there's going to be a sequel, but I'm not sure, and I'm like stressed out. Is there going to be a sequel? Is there not going to be a sequel? Like, Renee Addier's only ever done duologies up until this point, so I'm like, what's going on? Because I need a sequel. I need to know what's going to happen. It was really good. I'm giving it like 4 stars because I felt like the beginning was like it was kind of a bit slow at the beginning, so I was kind of like, I enjoyed it, but not as much as the first one. So yeah, I was sitting out all afternoon yesterday just reading it. It was so good, but I also got sunburnt, so because I'm an idiot and forgot to put my suntan lotion on. Love that for me. Next up, I'm reading Stay Gold by Tobley McSmith. It's a book about a trans boy who has, like, he was out before, but then his family moved because he's like an army brat or something. So his family moved, and at this new school he wants to go stealth and wants to just be a boy without anyone knowing his history. So yeah, that's all I know so far. I'm enjoying it. It's got like a nice kind of layout of the way it's written, because it's kind of done in like kind of time sequence, like not time sequences, what's the word, like it goes by like time, so you'll have like this happening at 3:30 and then it goes to like 5 o'clock and this happening, so I quite like that. I quite enjoy that. So we've not really been doing much, we've just been chilling out, which has been nice. It's been quite like nice weather here, unlike the rest of Britain. I think tomorrow we're going to be going on we're hoping to go on a nice walk at maybe Nice Point, which is like normally super touristy, but because there's no tourists at the moment, it's like dead in Skye, so it's pretty great. You can just walk on the road and there's not many cars, so yeah, so hopefully we can go to Nice Point tomorrow. If not, I think we're going to go to Talisker Bay, which is also nice. So yeah, I'll try and get some footage of that. Just wanted to film a wee update. No face shot because I look like a mess. So today we went to Nice Point, which is like this big kind of walk on the Isle of Skye that's like really popular. It's always super busy with tourists and stuff. But because of coronavirus, there was no one there. At one point, for like about 20 minutes, half an hour, literally me and my parents were the only people there. So it was really good. There's some footage I filmed. Yeah, I'm more than halfway through Stay Gold. I'm enjoying it so far. I've actually read like quite a lot of mixed opinions on this. Like, I think Kayla from Books and Lala said she loved this, but she hated Georgia. I think Jamie from Jamie Shelves had mixed opinions on it. So yeah, I'm kind of enjoying it so far. I don't know where it's gonna go. I feel like there's just this kind of looming presence of something bad about to happen. I'm not a massive fan of Georgia. I think she's really selfish, but I love Pony. So yeah, tomorrow is my last day on Skye. We're going to my grand's house. My gran died last year. So we're going to her house to like sort through some of the stuff of mine that was in the loft. Yeah, and then I need to pack and get ready for going back home to my house in Glasgow on Sunday. Hopefully my drive is just as easy as it was on the way up, because it took me like way less time than normal. So yeah, I've been having a really good time at home, just chilling out and getting some kind of blog stuff done, reading some books, hanging out with my family, watching TV, spending time with the dog and the cat. I don't think I've got any footage with the cat, because the cat just kind of strolls about outside and that's about it. So yeah, my burned skin on my legs is beginning to calm down finally. Hello, so today I finished Stay Gold by Tobley McSmith. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I did feel like it was a bit surface level. I felt like there was parts of it that could do with a bit more nuance. So Pony, like the plot of it is that Pony wants to go to his new school in stealth mode so that he doesn't want anyone to know he's transgender, but his friend Max is very against that and wants Pony to be out and proud, and Pony's not happy with that. He doesn't want to do that, and it felt like they didn't go into a full discussion of why that's like can be dangerous for people. So yeah, and then Georgia was kind of like her character development was kind of a bit meh. It kind of felt like she went from being like a bit of a dick to just suddenly like, oh, it's okay, she's changed, she's better, and without like showing us that she was better, if that makes sense. Like it kind of jumped from her character being like to good in the space of like a couple pages or whatever. But yeah, apart from that, I did actually really enjoy it. I liked the way the narrative was. It was all kind of told in like segments of time, and like there was like phone conversations and stuff. I really loved Pony's relationship with his sister. I thought that was really good. She was so supportive and I loved her. I also loved his relationship with his boss, who was an old actor from like the 1950s, 1960s, and he was I loved their relationship. I feel like it really helped Pony grow as a character. So yeah, I ended up giving it like 4 stars. It's probably more like a 3.75, but I felt like 4 stars was like a fair rating. So yeah, whilst I did have problems with it, I did generally quite enjoy reading it. So hey everyone, Editing Kirsty here. I just wanted to say, I realised I didn't put this in when I was like talking about it. If you are looking to read Stay Gold, I would recommend that you please check out some content warnings. To put it briefly, there's transphobia, lesbophobia, homophobia, some violent scenes that are quite like disturbing, and there's a lot more to it than that. If you're a person who's not like keen on reading books with transphobia and just want to read trans joy, I understand that. That's fair. But this is not the book for you. This is not like, there's comedic elements of it, there's romantic elements of it, but there's also some very horrible things in this book, and I think it would be completely irresponsible of me to not mention that. I'm going to leave a couple links to some Own Voices reviews down in the description, so check those out please. If you are interested in this book but aren't sure based on the reviews you've seen, because I've seen a lot of not so positive reviews from cis people, and I think it's important to look at Own Voices reviews before making your decision. So yeah, but yeah, check out the content warnings please. There's a lot going on in this book. Next book for me that I've read the prologue of, it's Mirage by Samaya Daoud. I think that's how you pronounce it. I think I remember Fadwa pronouncing it like that. I need to go back and check before I talk about it more, but yeah. I didn't realise this was a sci-fi book, so I'm excited to hop into this. Life-wise, this is my last day with my parents. Tomorrow I am leaving at 10 in the morning to go back to Glasgow and then back to work on Monday. Not looking forward to that. I've had a really good time. It's been a really good week, just kind of not doing very much, just spending time with them, and yeah, it's just been nice spending time with the cat and the dog. It's definitely been like a welcome break for me, so yeah, I'm sad to be leaving, but you know, gotta get back to life. Today I was like sorting through some of my old childhood stuff because when my parents moved last year, and also my gran died last year, so we had like a whole bunch of stuff of mine that needed to be like gone through while sorting out her house and sorting out our old house. So I was doing that today. So much stuff. It's unbelievable how much stuff I had as a child, but yeah, gone through a lot of it. A lot of Polly Pockets. I was a big fan of Polly Pockets. So yeah, I'm just about to go to bed. Well, I'm sitting on my bed, but back in Glasgow, I have less mail than I actually thought. I've only just got this one book thing, and I think I know what it is. I think it's an order I did on Hive. I was right. It's A Song of Roots and Room by Rosanna Brown. I ordered this like ages ago, but like Hive was out of stock, so yeah. Buzzing to have this. What's it under like? Oh, the spine's really cool. Hello, so I'm back in Glasgow. Yeah, that's kind of the end of my week with my parents, obviously, since I'm no longer with them. I had a really good time. It was nice to just chill out and hang out with my animals, and yeah. So on the drive down, I read like the whole of The Order of the Pure Moon Reflected in the Water by Zencho. I think that's the correct title. And really enjoyed that. It's a really short read. It's only like 4.5 hours or something on audiobook. Maybe not even that, maybe 3.5. And yeah, it was really good. It's like a nice kind of contained wuxia style story, which I enjoyed. I like wuxia and xianxia kind of stuff. So I liked that. The characters were great. There's a few queer characters, and I liked that about it, and like the religions and stuff, like the religion that's main focus of it are like quite queer accepting and stuff, and it was just good. Like, I just really enjoyed it. Nice short snappy read, would recommend. And then I started Hurts to Love You, I think that's what it's called, by Alicia Rai. This series, I get like all the titles confused. There's Hate to Want You, Wrong to Need You, and Hurts to Love You. I think that's what it is, but I get them all confused. So yeah, I started that and I'm enjoying that. They've just got to like a hotel where they're all alone together, and I'm like, and the narrators, there's like 2 narrators, which I enjoy, like man's voice for the man's POV and a woman's voice for the woman's POV, which I enjoy. It's a good one. So yeah, I'm signing off here. This is where I'm ending. Like, comment and subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.